rather sleep, the embers paint the sky. There's a tension every time you meet my eyes. If you want this, all you gotta do is say, I won't cross the line unless you want me to stay. Ooh, girl. Moonlight dances soft on your skin. You heal the wounds the battles couldn't mend. For the first time, I don't need to perform. In your arms, the storm begins to calm. Yeah, baby. Before the fire, I see your face. Something in the way you say my name. Come a little closer, don't be shy. No need to run from what we hide. Restore, 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 restore. I've been strong for the world, the stage, the fight. You see through the mask I wear at night. Every scar and doubt I try to outrun. You don't fear me, you don't turn and run. Oh, baby. Now if I give my heart, will you hold it close? Not a tale I spin, but the truth I chose. My restless soul finally finds its shore. When you touch my chest, I feel restored. Honey, no crowds, no cheers, no role to defend. Just you in the dark, lover or friend. If this changes everything, let it be so. I'd rather feel this than never know. Before the fire, I see your face. Something in the way you say my name. Come a little closer, don't be shy.
Ari.
Every legend starts with a party. Take my hand and walk with me. Stylish wit when I step in the room. Melodies cut through the gloom. Pressure on the mic, but I never fold. Stories untold when the rhythm takes hold. The guilt behind me, moving as one. Every fear dissolves when the chorus begun. No hesitation, no fractured aim. Just synced up mind in the barge domain. I elevate the game with a single phrase. Watch the crowd get lost in the haze. Not power alone, but a shared design. Every voice here, locked in time. No fear, no doubt, just rising sound. We turn the silence into ground. Every step we take aligns. We become the story in real time. Every legend starts with a party. Take my hand and walk with me. Every legend starts with a party. Take my hand and walk with me. Laughter that echoes through the night, not a weapon but a guiding light. Every bond now forged in flame. No one here is ever the same. The fighter stands, the major lines. The rogue moves through the shifting lines. And I, the bard, just shape the air, turning moments into prayer. This isn't war, it's something more. A living myth, we're built for. Every heartbeat, every sound. Lift the world from the ground. So pour a little something for the ones who came. For every voice, for every name. Not the end, it's the start again. Cause every legend begins with friends. Every legend starts with a party. Take my hand and walk with me. Every legend starts with a party. Take my hand and walk with me. We are the story, we are the sound. We are the legends that hold the ground. We are the story, we are the sound. We are the legends that hold the ground. Come on. We are the story, we are the sound. We are the legends that hold the ground. Every Every legend starts with a party, and it starts with you. True. Every legend starts with a party, and it starts with you. True. We are the story, we are the sound, we are the legends that hold the ground. Come on. Huh. We are the story, we are the sound, we are the legends that hold the ground. Every legend starts with a party, and it starts with you. True.
Learning to value a little thing like me. Fill me up with something that'll bring some ease. Oh, please. I'm not your hot commodity. You might say I'm like a delicacy. Delicately, you see, I'm a delicate being. Been brought back to life to testify these things. This is heaven sent. This is peace like a breeze. Anything that compromises, set them free. I'm equipped to save sinking ships. Save you a trip like I'm Captain Sparrow on his ish. You wish I was stumbling and bumbling up like a misfit. Jump quick, there's something that's rumbling in the mist. What's this? Miss Missy Monet, delivering this wish. Don't you call me out my name. Yeah, it's more like a prayer, cause I'm more like a witness. Cause ain't I a woman that's run around with these kids? Straight from my wombs, yeah, straight from their mama. Freeforming King K, they do what they wanna. Just like some PKs been preaching to the choir like all day. Went to hell and back to play no games. One too many ways to find a way to misbehave. I got a kingdom to raise. I got a kingdom to raise. I got a kingdom to raise. Something like this gon' last for sure. Mama said there's a place for everything and everything in its place. So that's what this is here for. Something like this gon' last for sure. Mama said there's a place for everything and everything in its place. So that's what this is here for. What's for me is for me. That includes people, places, and things. Including this mirage that's bound to behave. Made from the heat waves I'm sending your way. Hand on my light work, light up the day. Go where you go and do as you say. The only one to put me in my place. Like King Jesus from back in the day. If it ain't mine, then get it out my face. If it ain't mine, then get it out my space. If it ain't mine, then get it out my way. If it ain't mine, I'll wait. I'll bottle these folly little feelings a new day. These lessons I'm learning for less hurting, I'll say. I'm worthy of blessings from these verses I'm writing. Biblical workings I am serving, observe it. There is a cure worth curating for. This time I'm flying with ease. Keep flapping these brand new wings you need to try. This ain't selling a thing, I'm just providing levity for better beings. Something like this gon' last for sure. Mama said there's a place for everything and everything in its place. So that's what this is here for. Something like this gon' last for sure. Mama said there's a place for everything and everything in its place. So that's what this is here for. Wrote so many letters like Paul, like David. I've been writing these songs, been walking.
As always, you are back in the world with your favorite storyteller of the realms, your bard of the afternoon, Keith loves gaming, baby. And as always, after a pretty dour morning, we are so glad to be back here with each and every single one of you, kicking it on the ones and twos and turning up on your favorite beautiful Monday as per usual. Of course, it's 2 o'clock, so we're going to try to do our best to have ourselves a good time with the rest of the day, to talk about things and process through this as we can, because, of course, it's something that, happens to a lot of people, but death is something that requires an example for you to be able to push through. And, this might be like the first of many where we just have these moments of, hey, we're just going to play a really chill game that doesn't have a whole lot in it, and we're just going to focus on really connecting and being there for each other in that space. And I think that's really important. I think that being able to have that interconnection and, be vulnerable with each other is something that is unique to this type of internet personality that we can have, because we can make our world whatever we want in chat. And when people are going through tough times, you can say, oh, well, yeah, I'm sorry that that happened to you. You can say, oh, man, I hope you feel better, or I hope that person gets better. But when it's something really awful, like the loss of a family member, the loss of a pet, the loss of somebody that you really cared for, and grieving that relationship, grieving those moments, grieving that journey, having people surround you in that love and in that community can really make a difference. So I'm gonna talk about in this episode Hadley's funeral, and we're gonna try to stay strong as best we can through these dark times. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If this video has happened to find you well, please be sure to leave a like, hit the bell for notifications. But it's gonna be a real chill day. Don't expect too much action, because we'll save that for tomorrow when we're feeling a bit better. We'll probably hop into I think tomorrow we're hopping into Scarlet Nexus, so it'll be a high action game kind of Tuesday. But I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you to those who have subscribed over the weekend. We're at 845 subscribers, which is incredible, over on YouTube. We're at 195 over on Twitch, and of course on Kick, we're at 143. I feel like we can hit our goals today, or not just today, but I feel like we can hit our goals either this month or this year of getting to 1,000 or getting to 200 on all the respective apps, and doing so will allow me to continue to bring you all of this content Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 3:30. But I appreciate y'all's continued support. Now let's hop right back into the world of Bigwalk. Here we go, baby. Get back on in there. Oh, hang on. Gotta test my mic. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I had a feeling that we were probably connected somewhere else, and that's why we couldn't hear things. All right. Let me just make sure by doing a quick audio test to ensure we're up to and touching. Hang on 1 second, chat. Yeah, we're sounding great. Yeah, we're sounding absolutely great. That's good news. And I think there might have been a double echo there just a bit. I just pressed the button again. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I appreciate it. Let's move this microphone out of the way. Well, we still have some of the effects going. We want to make sure that we're hopping back into it. I got some of these kitties around here, and they're kind of hanging and playing. I got Sammy over here. I got Hadley. Heck on it. I got Nora in the window. And, it just reminds me how blessed and fortunate we were to have 3 kitties, and now we're down to 2, and that can really change things for the whole family as we're getting things going. Last time when I was hosting a game, I didn't see an option to the option to play solo. So let's see. Password required is 434281. Continue. Yeah, we can only play with 2 players or 4 players. All right. Well, you know what? Let's join a game, right? Let's see. Oh, you have to have a friend. Oh. You have to have a friend or join via a code. Oh, this game doesn't work if you don't have anybody to play with. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Well, then I guess I will host the game after all. That is quite crazy that this game doesn't work if you don't have friends. That's wild. All right, well, yeah, let's continue with 2 players. Yeah, you can switch to it by any time by returning to the menu. Yeah, that is wild that there's no solo mode, right? Or there's no, like, massively online version of this game. That's kind of wild. Yeah, still the same setup. But I guess the puzzles themselves will only be for 2, right? Because yeah, even like with that reset, what we've done, you can tell that the game is running a lot smoother now. Yeah, I reset my internet like twice. Also, it was kind of a pain in the ass, but fortunately for us, we're good to go. Speeds are hitting just right, baby. Oh yeah, all right. Now we can actually go through and see what's up with it. I can speed run ever so slightly. Excuse me. Okay, there's that up there. A button that I would have to press. There we go. I can at least try to find all the puzzles around here. That way I can work through the night. And try to see what puzzles I can do via single player. Because if this isn't single player mode, or if there is no single player mode, excuse me, that should be fine. But I should also be able to possibly cheese out some of these 2-player type of deals. What? Okay, then this is just here, locked up, with no way to get inside of it. Crazy. Okay. Maybe that's like after you get all the others, you get that last one. Yeah, there's a few places we can go. This place irritates me, though, because I don't think I'll be able to cheese this one. Especially if I have to, like, hit this button over here to try to get it started. If there was, like, a mirror over here that I could carry and put inside, that would be really great. Right, just ways to think outside the box so that way this puzzle isn't completely broken if there's one person playing. Right. Stick, triangle, star, squigglies. Buzz. Do you want to build a snowman? Honestly, not really. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Maybe I can get it in one, right? If I flip the door and, like, just give it a shot. Nope, damn. Alright. I probably could cheese it just a little bit, right? Until it gets to this configuration. Nope. Alright. Yeah, different every time. I wish it wasn't different every time. But that's kind of like the fun. Damn. Nah. Not at all. Alright. So let's move on from this one. Oh, we still have some light out. Because we can't really cheese anything. Oh, hang on 1 second. I gotta check out. Yo, you know if you go into server settings, you can change the brightness and it'll help in the dark. Really? Okay. Yeah, hang on 1 second. Yo, thank you so much, the Ruffler91. I appreciate you. Yo, shouts out to you being here, gang. Thank you so much. Yeah, let me go check out these settings real quick. Yeah, because I had no idea. That helps out a lot, dude. Controls, audio, general, audio. Is it general? Got volume. I don't think we have brightness on console, because I am on console chat. That is also a thing. But thank you so much to the Ruffler91. I do appreciate that. Yeah. If we were playing on a PC, that would help out a lot. But until then, let's do what any good adventurer does best and steal something to help us out with the darkness. When in doubt, just rob people, chat. Or at least take things that will help you stay safe in the dark. Like if I were to pass out or something, I would want to have like a light source with me, so that way I'm not feasted upon by predators as I'm going through this. Oh God. Ooh. Yeah, that would have been the perfect time to get attacked by wolves. You know? Just the best time to get attacked by wolves. Excuse me. Ugh. Alright, there's this area over here, which I believe I've been to. What is it? Yeah, so I've been over here. And I believe over here is just to customize your character. I could be wrong, though, right? Because, yeah. There's a few, like, light sources up there. Huh. Did I press this button last time? I don't think I did. What? Why would you turn that off? Why would you do that? Yeah. Right. There was a symbol there before, but yeah. Turn all the things on and let's get painting. Okay, well, yeah, that didn't work. Huh. Does this only work in certain areas? Yeah, okay, so it seems like you can only paint Over here, you can't paint yourself or this mirror, nor can you use this mirror like a canvas or anything like that. Oh, maybe you're supposed to paint somebody else? Maybe that's the thing. You're supposed to have others paint you, right? And that might just be the thing that you do over here. You and your buddies get together and you have a paint party. Paint the homies, chat. Kiss the homies goodnight and then paint the homies. Alright. Maybe right about here. Huh. As the sun rises. Oh, okay. Well, now I know. And there's definitely another voice out here in the distance, right? Yeah, it's definitely a thing. So yeah, let's just keep scaling to see what else we can find. Okay, can't scale directly up. Not without slipping and busting my ass pretty hard. What if we came around here, went up this ledge, and then around this ledge, right? Yeah, we can't jump up that way. Okay. Where else can we go? What is this? Okay. Huh. We could probably just unscrew this one, right? Maybe. Nope. Doesn't seem like you can unscrew that one. But at least we know where almost everyone is. Right? Oh, God. Yeah, good bit of forest you can travel through. At least in the starting area. You won't be able to get much of anywhere with a, without another partner, I don't think. Like, yeah, I feel like they've made it so that way you can't solo play this game. Which really sucks. Like, if they were going to make it so that way your gameplay was dependent upon other people, they should have definitely made there be a massively online multiplayer mode, right? Like, this is the problem with a lot of modern day multiplayer games, is that they don't think about couch co-op. They don't think about, like, being able to just have realistic, real-world expectations when it comes to setting up time to play video games, right? Like, most of my friends are at work right now. I am not going to be able to fucking go to work and then try to fucking expect people to play with me at the same time. That's just not realistic as an adult in America, you know? There we go. You want to be able to understand and respect people's time, and also design your game around people who actually play games, right? Like, not just the casual person who will show up and, like, play for, like, 20 minutes or so, but no, the person who actually, like, will complete your game. Like, who wants to make that a thing. At least that's just my personal experience. Oh, wow. A cute little waterfall over here. Oh, yeah. This reminds me, you know, I was talking about the waterfall experience when we were over at this beautiful creek in, still in Charlotte, actually. Wow. All right, this guy is having some trouble getting up here. Huh. Is it because I'm holding something right now? I feel like that shouldn't be the case, right? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that was like, for some reason, just a dead zone spot, and I still got to figure out how this works. But we got to make sure that we're not getting stuck. But the waterfall reminded me that, you know, even through the dark times of the end of the weekend, there was a lot of really beautiful moments where we were just able to really reconnect with nature and get back into things and actually enjoy each other's company, right? Because we're so fast-paced in our regular day-to-day that when we actually take the time to sit and relax, we have much more meaningful conversations, right? Like, it's so go everywhere all the time, no matter what, that it's kind of like refreshing when you're out in nature to just be able to be with people you can converse with, right? And I don't mean just, you know, talking for the sake of talking, Chad. I mean, like, actually talking and enjoying the conversation. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of people that I've been in conversations with that I just, oh, man, I can't wait to get out of there. But when you're with people who, like, are into the things you're into, have stimulating conversations, and are willing to go the distance with you with certain trains of thought, it makes the world of difference, you know, regardless of what situation you're in, you're right? Whether you're up here, you know, scoping out the next destination, or you're trying to figure out how we can, as a community, try to get to the next point, like that giant pointy triangle up there. We're just doing the work in general, like setting up camp. Setting up camp takes a wild amount of time, right? And for you to get good at setting up camp, you need people who are willing to not only work with you, but, you know, work like it's a job, where it's like, hey, we're chatting, we're talking, we're having a good time, and we're kicking it, right? And so this is to light the path, and that's to record. And then there's this thing up here. I wish there was one that was just, hey, you can just have this one, right? Just have this one, put its face in it, see what the contraption does when you give it the right thing, right? And it could do nothing. That would have also been fine, but it's also like, hey, this piece slides into here. Go get the other pieces if you can help it. If you can try, right? And it's very important. Like, walking around this rock is also very important. Yeah, we come up here, and then we should be able to scope out with the binoculars. Ah, another beautiful place to chill. Okay. So this is where we can actually see everything, I think. Right? I think. Doesn't really do much. Alright, yeah. That is where that is. Which, of course, yeah, that's fine. That's where we were expected to go. But did that box open, right? I have to hold this down. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, I gotta hold that down so they can get it. Wow. Like, hey, man. We're going to be out here just doing shit. That's insane. Wait, is that other voice me? Wow. Absurd. Jesus. Alright, so remember everything as a reminder for ourselves to who we are as regular human beings. What would be a good Edgar Allan Poe line would be the best. And neither the angels in heavens above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. Wow, that's actually really nice. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Thank you, Levy Dorna. That's actually really inspired. Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe was a real one for spitting some bars, right? For real, for real. Although he was a haunted, tortured soul, his ability to spit was kind of OD. Right, right. And now I'm recognizing the echo that my voice has. That's insane. And here I thought it was somebody else's entire time, but nope, chat, it's just me. Just me. Riffing here in this empty space. By the way, Bigwalk is free on PlayStation Plus, and I believe for some Steam members, while August is still going. So feel free to check out Bigwalk when you get a chance. It's actually really relaxing. Is that another key? Alright, this thing has another key that it needs. And then we found us another cool-ass beach. Hell yeah. Or maybe it was the same beach. Yep, same beach. Just a different way to get there. Okay. Got it. So yeah, you need all 4 heads to get this going, right? To open it up and put it in there. And you can't interact with more than one thing. You'd only interact with one thing at a time. Oh, well, right can't even use. You're forever left-handed. Left-handed can use, right cannot. Crazy this is a left-handed game. It's like, yo, use your left hemisphere, you coward. Use your left hemisphere. Yeah, and then the big key over there, okay. Alright, so I think we're starting to get it, actually. At least just a little bit, right? I feel like I might have explored the, Oh, God. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have explored the entire area. I was actually trying to do this. Lock it in so that way... Yeah, boom, there we go. We can have that overhead lighting. Overhead lighting is nice. Things that come into distance and view are much better illuminated. Because it's within the field of my vision, right? That's like how that works. Once my pupils get used to the light being there, I can utilize that that knowledge to navigate the land around me, even in the dark. Which is sick. But yo, shouts out to the Ruffler 91 for pulling up. Thank you so much to Ruffler, seriously. And there goes my voice again. Alright. Yeah, we can't pick up any sticks. Just trying to, like, maybe scrape a little bit along this area to see exactly what I can and can't do. Like, for example, what does this need to open? Right? What do we need to do to unlock you? What? You can do that? Oh, okay, no, it's still just affecting the light. I was like, what? You can do other things while the light is still on. Otherwise, it's just turning that on. Right, and that just goes away. But why does that go away, right? Is this a time-based one where you gotta go around? Yep. Yeah, you gotta go around and press it within the time if you have the understanding, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah. Exclamations are the best. Oh man, yeah, cuts down my time so I can't even. Fuck. All right, was there? I feel like there might have been a third, right? Has to be like a third. Yeah, because there's only these two over here. Maybe we have to press them at the same time to get that up to and touching. Okay, yeah. So all of these quests, missions, challenges are inaccessible to a solo player. So today, yeah, we're just taking a big walk. All right. Well, I had to do that investigation just to see what was up. But now that I know, I'll probably hit a few spots consistently and just see how that voice echo works out up here. All right. Oh. Welcome to the part of the episode where we're just chatting. Go ahead and hit the tunes real quick and also turn them down. Yeah, just to make sure it's not drowning me out too much. All right. So let's get comfortable, let's get cozy as we talk about Hadley's funeral, right? There might be a bit of a reverb or a bit of an echo, so let me know if it's unbearable and I'll go back to the sea or someplace else. Excuse me. So that adorable little kitty, we stayed with her as they administered the shot, and you know, I feel like a lot of people say that cats can't understand human speech, and I think just the opposite. I think cats can actually understand like about 160 words if you use them a lot. And you know, I think Hadley understands family, love, and her name, because we use those terms a lot in our household. Same with sweetheart and things like that. So because we're a Southern family, Chad. We're Southern with the best of them, and we try to bring a lot of love into our space, especially when you're surrounded by hate. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things that I, as an individual, really appreciate, that when we were, helping her rest and trying to make her comfortable, she understood, I think, that, she was getting real sleepy and that this might have been it. So, we just kept petting her and like keeping her calm, as her eyelids got very heavy and as things really started to escalate, I would say. Um, because like I said, man, before the break, Hadley was incredibly meowing like almost every minute, right? Unless she was like wrapped up in a blanket or wrapped up and made super comfortable. She was just in pain, and that is something that I recognize a lot of people aren't comfortable with hearing. And let me actually change this song while we're talking about this beautiful cat. Because yeah, man, it was really hard for me to, remain strong going through the moments of, watching her eyelids get heavy. Because she stared at me and Star the whole time, just looked us in the eyes, and honestly did not close them the entire time. I feel like she was trying to remember us, trying to get a really long look at us. We were crying and sobbing over her the entire time because I feel like she knew. Some part of me felt like she knew this was it. And that might just be me doing some human projecting there, but she just didn't close her eyes. The doctor said that Hadley would have gone to sleep in 5 to 15 minutes, but we were in there for such a long time that it was quite shocking to see her fight the medicine, right? To fight back even when she was in so much pain, just to look at us. And, I don't know what she might have been saying. She might have been calling out for help. She might have been saying, I fucking hate you guys. How dare you make this decision? But I'd like to think that she really loved us. And even though the decision was hard, even though it was tough, she understood that there was nothing we could do. And Lord forbid we let that beautiful kitty suffer any more pain, So eventually they came and got Hadley from us with her eyes still fucking open. And then they administered the drugs. And now I got to talk about my reasoning for making the decision to not watch them administer that drug. Star and I don't even watch scary movies, really, because of what it just puts in you. When you watch a lot of scary movies or a lot of, violent things, you can really, have a change in mentality, from being exposed to that kind of stuff all the time, right? Like, there are people who do it for fun and build up an immunity to it. But some things just make you way more toxic than you need to be, because human life starts to seem a little bit more cheap, right? And that's something that, a lot of people will say doesn't come from the media you consume. It depends on the person, but as somebody who's played these things and done these things for years, there is a little bit more of an edge that you get. I'm not saying you're going to go off and hurt somebody or kill somebody, but your feelings towards life in general might just feel a little bit less respected because of how easily it's snuffed out, right? And I think, as somebody who's been in the military and has been surrounded by death, it is something you don't come back from. And I was not going to have that happen to my partner. I think making that decision might have been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Because, again, chat, Star has known this cat for 11 years. 11 years of her life gone after a weekend of bliss, practically overnight. And, you know, she was telling me she got Hadley from the Mac Tabby Cafe in Charlotte. And, you know, it just... Can you imagine coming home with a beautiful cat after 11 years and having just the greatest time, you know, thinking of all that, and then, you know, getting the call for cancer? I don't think people understand the magnitude and the weight of that, right? Like that's something that I'm probably gonna kick myself over and wonder, did I do the right thing? What would have been the right decision here? 11 full good years, and do you stick around for the final light going out in their eyes? Do you see that? Is that trauma worth it? I don't have a good answer for that. I've seen people changed by war. I've seen people changed by the decisions they've made, right? And as I become more of this person who is in this position, people aren't going to understand where I'm coming from and every decision that I make. But at the end of the day, I have to defend my home from traumatic experiences. I personally think that you don't need to see every single horrific thing in this life, because that shit will mess you up, man. Yeah, Levi Dorna didn't have a choice. He had to pick up body parts in Saudi Arabia, and that is horrifying. That's the things that people don't talk about, right? The cleanup crews for after the war is done. The people who have to go and, like, find their comrades in arms and dig the grave. It can be a lot to have to put on a funeral for somebody when all you have is a shovel and maybe a Spotify playlist if you're lucky, or your own voice. You know, when you're in the dark and you're digging and hopefully the body isn't next to you, so that way you can give yourself time to process. But some people don't get that luxury, right? Yeah. Telling the news is awful too, right? Like that's exactly right, Levi Dorna. Telling the news is awful. For the officer who has to do that, for the doctor who had to do that with us, right? Like, I think about so many people who have to deliver bad news on a daily basis, and just how that also reforms your chemistry in your mind, right? Like, some people can hold on to hope, but I know there's millions of us out there who can't. You know, I've been at my lowest points I've been committed, right? I've been in jail. I've been at really dark points in my life, chat. And adventurer, I'm gonna tell you, the only thing that gets you through is knowing you still have another day to do something different before your time is up. To hold on to that memory of the people that you lost, or the people that will hopefully remember you. Now, some people don't even have that, man. And so they have pets. They have pets to keep them sane. They have pets to share the memories with. They have pets to tell these stories with, right? Like you and I, we get to share this moment right underneath the campfire. But people who are out there in the world have to do it by themselves. And when their pet passes, they have to make that long, decrepit trudge outside to their backyard or to some unmarked lot. And they gotta dig. Levidorna states, all I can say is to stay hopeful. Don't go dark. Don't close off. Otherwise, you got nowhere. Yeah, had to cremate yours, right? You know, cremation is actually pretty expensive. Right. Like, a cremation is about $500. If not $600. So they can give you, like, a personal paw print that goes with it. We don't have that kind of financial freedom. Right? All we were able to get was the body returned to us in a biodegradable bag with the towel that we brought her in. And I lost my shit when we were petting her, but I had to be strong for when I'm taking that body back to my love, who is so close to just being inconsolable. But she hung on there, man. I tell you the truth, I am so proud of that woman, because she took the body and sobbed, but held it so gently. And of course, there were many breakdowns when we got back home, but the only thing I could do was hold her and tell her, I'm gonna find a beautiful spot for Hadley, because we're gonna take her home. And she'll always be home with us. And then if I was, you know, listening on this conversation, I would think I was crazy, you know? But it's not until you're in these moments that really shows you who you are, right? And you know, this isn't me like blowing smoke up my ass, because I don't want it to be taken off that way. This is me recognizing who we are during moments of grief, during moments of trauma. You know, we're having this big group therapy session today, and you know, I thank you guys for pulling up, because sometimes we need this to just process. At least that's how I feel. Yeah, and thank you for the prayers and blessings that we're doing. I really appreciate it, seriously. And so one of the things that that I did was, you know, I had a few songs that I was thinking about that maybe could explain the situation, or at least give us some hope in a terribly dark time. So while I was digging, which, you know, I had to be pristine about digging this hole. Yeah, there was a spot that was in the dirt in our backyard that had already been like kind of not grassy, you know, it was kind of clay, right? And you know, I figured it was the spot where we first lit a big bonfire. It was the spot where we fire spun at, and it was one of those things that I know if the kitties could be outside, they would love to be around. Because, you know, if you don't know, chat, bass heads like us, our music runs from like 140 BPM to up to 175, right? And those temperatures can mimic the sound of a cat purring. So don't be surprised if when you see or go to a festival that there are cats around, because it sounds like somebody's calling to them. And I think that would be really beautiful for when we're out there celebrating not only whatever we have going on in our lives, we can celebrate with our favorite kitty. And I think that is profound to me. I really do, because, you know, even in, like I said, in the first part of the episode, I was talking about why I wear cat ears, why I do this, and it's because I really appreciate the joy that cats bring into people's lives, and that's the type of cozy comfort that I also want to bring into people's lives, because it's important to get that shot of dopamine that only cats can really bring. And, you know, you see cats all the time, you know, helping the elderly, being there with them through tough moments, because cats can really be a nurturing source to help people work through any issue, whether it be physical, emotional, or mental, because they're simple in that way, but also prideful, and, you know, you have to work to get a cat to warm up to you. You know, you can't just have it automatically love you, but yet they're very, you know, fun-loving, curious, and just silly creatures that bring joy naturally out of you, and that's something that I really appreciate when it comes to cats. And, you know, there'll be some people who would think it's sexual, and that's fine. You know, I really don't mind that connotation, because I'm hot, obviously. But what I would appreciate is people understanding that, you know, when I'm in this type of get-up, it's a different space than being promiscuous. It's more so just, I want you to feel like you're coming home. Because Hadley and the kitties always make me feel like I'm at home. Whether it's snuggling up, or, you know, I'm playing with them, or just being able to remember the good times. Even when I gotta go back into digging a hole for their big sister. You know, we called Hadley Boss Kitty because she was so big, right? And now all the other kitties have, like, grown in size because they've eaten well, and also Hadley wasn't eating. So I like to think they've taken on after her. Right, Nora? You've taken on after her, haven't you? And Nora's also, like, swiping a little bit more at Sammy. So we've got to make sure that she's in a good mood, in a good space. Yeah, you stretch out. You live your new boss cat life. There's a pecking order around here, and Nora's in charge. Right. Absolutely. Yeah, simple yet complex. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah. Simple yet complex cats. And you lost your grandmother before your son was born within weeks. My God, that's hard. No, I'm so sorry to hear that, Lovey Dorna. Seriously. You know, I understand that that can be really tough losing a family member. And then you've got to be there for your son, all while trying to process that grief, right? Just, you know, some people say I can't imagine, but I can imagine a bit better now. I can understand the type of strength that it takes to have to be there for your son who's just born while burying another. Right. And that's heavy, man. That's so heavy. And even though it's heavy, there's something about the process of life that, you know, we often don't really talk about because it comes with a lot of vulnerability and pain. And touching on that just for a bit, when transition periods happen, you should feel all the emotions, but you should also, as Levy says, find those times of joy. Not like use and seek out joy like it's a drug, but really hold on to those memories of the person that you lost. And grieve the fact that they're no longer here, but remember what joy they brought into your life and why you were happy to have known them. Right? Because that's super important, and that's incredibly necessary for healing. Right? And while I'm riffing at the camera and stuttering over my words, I want to be clear that grief is not the end of someone's journey. Right? Because, you know, I'm eventually going to pass away, adventurers. I'm not going to be here any longer. But I know that my music, the times we share together, the fact that I'm touching over 1,000 people with just the sound of my voice across these canyons, it means something to me, right? And, you know, we hit like 417 plays for the new album on Spotify, and, you know, these are big milestone achievements that I know is only the beginning. Will also hit a hell of a lot harder when I'm gone. And so, the joy you guys bring me in these moments keeps me going. And if I get some bad news, y'all will be the first to know, right? Because I think that's fair. I think that's something that, you know, I can be very transparent about. A lot of celebrities just kind of disappear from the public eye, stop posting, stop messaging, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I mean, we'll see. It depends on how my mental health is once I reach near the end of my life, but I always want to provide a comfortable life for myself because it is short. Hadley lived a beautiful 11-year lifespan, and I think was really well taken care of. Better than most cats, man. And I want that comfort and safety for myself as well. I think everybody does, and everybody deserves it. So I'm digging this hole, and it's going pretty well. Star comes out and says I need to make the hole wider. And, you know, we usually don't argue at all, but I just noticed that, like, even when she's asking me to recorrect something, I don't have that twinge of irritation. I just understand, you know, it's important that we recorrect this because we want to make sure that Hadley gets a proper burial. You know, she asked me, hey, get some cinder blocks so that way animals don't try to dig up her body. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. And we're out there, you know, she goes back inside to, like, give the kitties some time to really, like, smell her body and know that she's gone. She's no longer with the family. And I think Nora recognized it, but didn't stick around too long to really, like, take it in. Sam, on the other hand, was sniffing the body and, you know, also ran away, and that was kind of interesting. Because you never know if, like, animals recognize death. Animals know. Yeah. I mean, so this is another thing, right? Before I continue the digging story, I think humans know too, right? Because there was a smell that Hadley had that I'll never forget, right? It was not her usual smell. It was like the smell of feces, but, you know, I was here to, like, bear with her, and it was on her breath, on her fur, and I know she wasn't like rolling around in feces or anything like that, but, you know, her I could feel her bones. I could feel, like, the loss of weight, and instinctively I knew, right? I didn't want the doctor to say anything. I didn't want to say anything to Star, but something in me just knew that this might be it. And I think I could tell from the smell, right? Because it's with humans, you know, usually it's a feeling, usually it's a gut instinct, but for me, I could smell the death that was exhuming from her body. She was actively dying, and I could smell it. And I don't think, even if I gave her a bath, it would have gone away. And so that's, like, one of those things that I also have to sit with is getting comfortable with the smell of death. Because it's not pretty, adventurer. Like, people in, like, fantasies and dramas talk to you about death all the time, but there's a pungent odor that comes with viscera, that comes with gore, that comes with all of these things that you see on TV, but don't experience the full weight and magnitude of what it's like in reality. When you see actors, like, pretend to vomit from walking into crime scenes, sometimes those actors are actually methodly involved in that, because the horror they have to walk in and witness, and the smell of that will make you physically sick and almost to an impaired feeling, right? Yeah, the Shini Gami was around in Saudi Arabia. I believe it. Like, everywhere you go, you know, it's just people are pissed off, suffering, and everybody smells like it's the end of the world. Or all the snooty rich businessmen are like, why didn't they just go to college? Some of us did go to college and served anyway, you dumb fuck. But that's another like big walk story I'll get into, right? Because I think that's something that I should also talk about. It's like the separation between those who've experienced the battlefield and those who've commanded one, right? Neither are good positions to be in at all. But there's some rich asshole wondering why people just couldn't do better, or couldn't die, or couldn't choose to not die, right? And it's like, there's so many complex nuances that go into every single battle, and so much decision making that your ill-informed, ignorant comments are the highest form of disrespect. And so when somebody goes, oh, well, you know, me not serving makes me smart, and the troops are stupid for freaking going into a battle for somebody else's objective, you know, whims, it makes me realize how fucking ignorant other people are, because they don't know what it takes to recognize that that's all you're going to get in life, and go fucking anyway. But that's a story for another time, because there's a lot of anger with that one, and I want to be able to keep this a calm space, right? Yeah. Levy Dorno was a bottom feeder, so being enlisted is not always fun. Not at all. Not at all. But unfortunately for us, I eventually get better at digging this hole, right? Which Levy Dornick can attest to. You're digging a lot of holes when you're enlisted. You're swabbing the deck a lot. You know, manual labor is something that you get good at, you know, like that, very quickly, because you have to. And as the hole's getting wider, and, you know, I'm ripping out roots just to make sure Hadley's more comfortable, because of course I would. I'm not gonna let a fucking root, you know, have her neck be propped up in a weird angle for a final resting place. My cat deserves better than that, damn it. So we lower, well, I start the songs that I picked, which, you know, the first one didn't go over too well, which was Left Behind by Spring Awakening. And, you know, it talks about what you leave behind when you pass on. You know, the talks, the Saturdays, the memories, the ghosts. You know, and Star was ballin', but I also made sure to quickly turn to the next one, which was 1,000 Sweet Kisses from Rent, or, excuse me, I'll Cover You from Rent, reprised when they're in the funeral home. And hearing both of those back to back really, for me, was exactly what I wanted to convey to Star, and through the experience of, we have this person in our family who's leaving us behind, but we'll still cover them with love and support, because we know even through the years they'll still be with us in the end. We'll still hold them and cherish them and love them. And, you know, that's where we're just, you know, consoling each other and hugging, and it allowed for some levity to the grief. And, you know, I was nervous, of course, because, you know, who wants to hear a musical at a funeral? But I think it was appropriate for the time. Will I do that at a human funeral? Probably not. But I at least know that for this moment, it was appropriate. And I always thank musicals for that moment. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo. Shouts out to Levy Dorna. Levy writes, rest in peace, Hadley. I may not have known you. You've brought joy to all around you. For you and Star, may the pain be relieved for more blessings to come. Thank you, Levy. I appreciate it. And so, of course, somebody has to fill the hole and cover it with cinder blocks. So, I start filling the hole, and then, of course, the song that I picked after that was Phil Collins, or excuse me, no. Phil Collins was the last song to give us like a little bit of Forever Hadley Will Be in Our Heart. That was the finale. For that one, after that, it was Billie Eilish's What Was I Made For? I used to not be a Billie Eilish fan because, she was young. She's, an okay songwriter, but What Was I Made For really, for a funeral, it really touches those notes. And it really, like, is heart-wrenching in the right moments. And I think that that heart-wrenching pain, but also hope in those quiet moments is really what I have to applaud them for. Because that song was we were crying at the end of I'll Cover You, but it really brought even more emotion out of Star, especially because it was probably playing back in her mind about all the memories that she had with Hadley, as I'm, of course, filling the hole. Thankfully, Phil Collins wrapped us up, but we said a few words for Hadley, and, I had to at least stay up a little longer because I was trying to do some self-soothing. But Star had to go to bed, and then she really appreciated everything. Shot me a look during the first song, so that's why I was like, it didn't go over too well. But I appreciated the fact that she was willing to be able to work through this process with me and go through the grief with me in a way that she might not have done by herself. And I hope when I'm going through my own grieving process, just like with you right now, Chad, there's people out there who are willing to grieve with me. So as we start to close out today's episode, I just want to say thank you for being here with me today, for hanging out and just letting me be vulnerable with you for damn near 4 hours, right? I can't thank you guys enough. I will see you in the next episode tomorrow, and we're going to hit it hard for those who come after, and for those we've lost. As always, adventurer, every single time you pick up one of these, you're making history. So thank you so much for making history today with me, Hadley, Nora, and Sam, and you at home. Have a great day, adventurer. As always, happy gaming. Cheers.
Join my party, take this road and walk with me. Through the trials and the darkness, we become what we believe. Do you wanna join my party? Take this road and walk with me. Through the trials and the darkness, we become what we believe. The fighter steps into the light, no longer bound by endless fight. The mage lets go of future scene. The rogue moves quiet in between, and We rise because we belong. Every voice becomes a thread. Every fear is something shared. We don't rise because we're strong. We rise because we belong. Do you wanna join my party? Take this road and walk with me. Through the trials and the darkness, we become what we believe. Do you wanna join my party? Hear the rising of our song. No hero roads alone, together we are strong. Do you wanna join my party? Take this road and walk with me. Through the trials and the darkness, we become what we believe. Do you wanna join my party? Take this road and walk with me. Through the trials and the darkness, we become what we believe. And every legend starts with a party, so take my hand and don't let go. Every legend starts with a party, so take my hand and don't let go.